Hello and welcome back to the Bold Bavarians. We are now, at long last, in charge of Bavaria, which is fantastic. But I want to check a couple of things before we're 100% happy with our current situation. Because if we're happy, I'm going to declare war on Tyrol immediately because they are weak, we are strong, we have mercenaries that we're paying, well, what we've already paid for. So we can take some de jure land that's sitting right here, which should, by all rights, be our land. What I want to check is that our land is not going to split in half the moment we die, which is very important. So he is heir to Duchy of Bavaria. So basically what we want to check is that my next child is not heir to a duchy. Perfect. Next child not heir to a duchy, child after that not heir to a duchy. Why is that very important? Well, basically, I don't want what happened to the previous Bavaria to happen to us. I don't want it to be split in half into 3 different duchies. I want to just hold our one singular duchy, which does mean that we can't expand outwards into other places. Well, we could as long as we keep a very specific mind as to where we're expanding, so we don't expand to anything that could then create a duchy. So for instance, we wouldn't be able to expand into Augsburg anymore, because if we took the last couple of Augsburg provinces, that would actually, we could take one more Augsburg province probably, but if we were to take both of them, Augsburg would stop existing. Therefore, when we died, our land would break off into Augsburg, which isn't something that we want. However, we could potentially attack Nordgau and take like just a few bits here and there, as long as everything is de jure part of that original duchy. So if I look at this one, as long as everything is part of this, we'd be fine. But if I happen to take, say, enough of the other land from them, so I ended up creating East Franconia by accident, that would then be a problem, because then that would break off. So hopefully I explained it well. But basically, what I want to do is keep Bavaria as one whole duchy, and then only get tiny parts of other duchies as we go along. So we want to kind of like spider out from here. We want to have us as the body and then create legs out into different places, at least until we can sort out our succession law so that we don't break in half. And I think we can do that. Our succession law we'd want to switch to, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's Confederate Partition is the one that splits it. Yeah, there you go. New titles may be created for younger heirs. That's the important sentence that we've got right here. So if I was to change that to, we can't go to primogeniture unfortunately because we don't have it yet. I would love, if we went to partition, it goes purely to your titles will be divided equally between your children, right? That's a much simpler one and works a lot better for us. And actually doesn't even change the opinion that much on here. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why you would ever want this one. This is just bad. Partition is better, I think. And then high partition, what does that do? So it lowers eligible child opinion. So the lion's share of the titles go to your player heir and the rest will be divided amongst your children. Okay, so this one sounds like one that we might want. Why can we not take it? You do not have limited crown authority. Okay. You have one or more powerful vassals who have a negative opinion of you and are blocking all succession law changing. The Bavarian culture does not have the heraldry innovation. Missing prestige. Okay, how about partition? We do not have the hereditary rule innovation. Okay, same thing. Basically, it's another one of these. So what do we need to do to make that happen? Can we even make that happen? Is that something that we can affect? Who's the head of us? Nordgau is the top Bavarian right now. Okay, I would say that we're probably a little bit stronger than he is, but I think it has like a resistance to change kind of thing on it. But we might get this over time. Hereditary rule is currently the focus, though. I think current exposure. I'm just trying to see. Is this current focus? Fascination, that's the word they're using. I'm trying to figure out why this is kind of glowing. Oh, right. This culture is currently being exposed to an innovation boosting its progress. Innovations are technologies and other advancements that benefit all characters of a certain culture, and innovations are within the era. Okay. They can set another or the same innovation as a cultural fascination for an additional boost. Oh, okay. I haven't really dealt with that part of the system before, but effectively what it's saying is that's being boosted and we'll get it in about 17 years. That would be pretty much perfect. Well, I'd like it a little earlier, but hey, that's fine. That's fine. We do still need limited crown authority, and that involves, you know, moving up to getting a little bit more prestige. So we've got other things we need to work on, and we need our vassals not to hate us, which is unfortunate. Who wants a council position? You do? You can have it, I think. This mayor probably isn't a powerful vassal anymore. Yeah. So, we'll lose one thing to put this guy in charge. And Baron Anno of Erding. Yeah, we did fire him, rather. He's probably not too pleased about that, huh? We could make him our spy master, I suppose? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that, obviously, but he likes us to an okay degree. Let's see how that's changed our position here for succession. 2 people would actually approve it, so all we'd need is Countess Adelaide, which isn't that bad. It's, yeah, okay. That's something we could work with. Really, that's not the biggest problem in the world. What we need is the partition and the Crown Authority. Those 2 bits, like having the technology and the Crown Authority will be good. Now, what is nice is that we are constantly improving our development, and improving our development helps because the development is what affects us getting these fascinations, and we can contribute whether or not we are the cultural head. So we're going to keep contributing. Just double checking. This is Bavarian, so that should actually be affecting it, which is cool. Right. So that's good. Tick. We're already on the Bavarian front. There's nothing we can do there. Next one is the Witch's Coven front, because that's kind of my next thing. So, we need 60% of adult house members to be a witch, and then my heir to be a witch. I think if my heir becomes a witch, that will actually just happen. I think that will put us to 60%. That might actually just put us to 60% by itself. Okay, I think we're happy with this. Alright, tick. That one's been done. So, what did I say? If everything was good, we're just going to attack Tyrol. Just going to attack Tyrol. There we go. Boom. Oh, I don't have the prestige. We can fix this. I will call for a hunt. That should increase our prestige. Rumours. The noise from the others have faded away by the time Chancellor Arnold and I stalk up the heart. We're almost within striking distance when Arnold whispers to me, "Now that we are finally by ourselves, there's something I have to let you know about Elena." Yeah, she's a fornicator, I know. No time for chit-chat. I'm getting that heart. My hook on somebody expired. We don't need to worry about that. It was my vassal, but that's okay. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses and leave the plains behind as the servants prepare the heart and other game for the journey back. We now have our prestige. I've actually just jumped to becoming cultural head, so I'm changing our fascination to hereditary rule, which is fantastic. So now we're going to get it in 10 years, which is much better. And I'm going to declare war on Tyrol. Let's go. I have the prestige. It's a de jure war. Costs us 100 prestige, which isn't a problem. If we win, we get fame and we get the county. Done. No issue. We probably don't need to call our allies to war, but we'll see. I'm going to raise our armies. So the mercenaries raise immediately. The rest do not. I'm just going to march to the war goal, basically. If they march here, I'm gonna turn into them. Yeah, I'm going to definitely attack in here. Making acquaintances. Themo seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. He got along quite well with everyone he's spoken to, even the adult guests. Yeah, gregarious is a great trait. I don't see why we would say no to it. We get no stress for taking it. It's just a good trait all round. Right. So now we're taking down these troops. It's a very easy battle. They got pretty much annihilated by all accounts. We get 20% war score. March away over here. They're going to retreat for a while. We got 9 months to take this castle. No problem. We just joined the high medieval era. Ooh, cool. So we could go for heraldry if we wanted high partition. I'm absolutely happy just working on our hereditary rule right now. But I believe because we move to the next era, we actually get an extra bonus. So now it's 7 years, which is fantastic. So we just made it go from 17 to 7, which is great. Now, I have a couple of hooks here. So what I think I'm going to do with our first thing from the stewardship focus that we took is I'm going to take golden obligations, because it's very, very good and you don't always get an opportunity for it. Why am I going to take that? Because then we can demand payment if anyone has money. None of them have money, huh? Well, you know, probably should have checked that first, but hey. It's a good one if we happen to get hooks. If we get prisoners, we can release them for hooks and then basically... What? I wasn't expecting that. We can release them for hooks and make money was what I was going to say. But hey, who cares? Because that's no longer relevant in the slightest. That is not relevant to anything we're doing. Duke Themo I of Bavaria rests in the arms of the Lord at 44 years of age. So literally, we took Bavaria, declared war and died. Which isn't too bad. He bled to death. An inveterate diplomat. There was no argument he could not peacefully resolve. Duke Themo ascends to the throne. Nearly 14 years old, he will need to rely on the council during his first years of rule. Now what's really annoying is that we're not a witch. So we're going to have to get ourselves educated by our mother, probably, would seem like a good option. Yeah, it's not great, but hey, we'll see. So, bled to death. Makes sense. Cultural head. Was distinguished, a sinner, was a patriarch, and fought in 7 offensive wars. We are an established, dutiful person who is in 1 war. We inherited Bavaria. We inherited München. We inherited Augsburg. We did not inherit Rothenburg, Gessenhausen, and Ilmunster. We also did not inherit Passau. So we've lost quite a lot of land within Bavaria. We're still pretty strong because we hold Bavaria as a whole, but yeah, it's not great. However, a lot of our vassals like us because we're the same dynasty, which is just a nice start, and siblings. So yeah, this is our line. So Themo, the first Themo we had, what happened to him? Wow, I just looked at his face. Oh yeah, it's because he was severely injured, that was it. So he lived for 25 years, or not lived, he ruled for 25 years, followed by his son who ruled for 23, not bad for somebody who had a severe health penalty. And then we are in charge. We'll see how long we rule for. Right. The war, however, is pretty much the same as it ever was. We can just siege this down and be happy. We've got 5 months left on the siege, no issues. We are not betrothed, that is true. I could marry... She is an albino. We could marry her. However, she is also 37, so doesn't seem like the best option for us. I want to fill out this with people. So we'll have... ooh. Yeah, we'll have you in this role. Spy Master's going to be that one. Marshall's going to be my uncle, who hopefully likes me. No? Doesn't like the short reign, but other than that, it's mostly okay. It's the title claimant bits as well they don't like. But yeah, most of these just don't like the short reign. I'll go away in time. My mother can marry anyone matrilineally. Why are there so many albino characters? Oh, because I just realized why the only options are albino characters. I limited the search. Okay. That's a lot of claims this prince has. Really? You'd marry my mother matrilineally? Why? Is marrying up. Looks like we're marrying up, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we'll send that one through. I want to be educated by my mother, so I'm going to go in here and say, hey. Wait, who's my guardian? My guardian, I don't have a guardian. Like, oh, okay, so would I remove guardian? Maybe I need to wait. Oh, educate child, there we go. I'd like us to be educated by our mother. Actually, you know what? We could be educated by our sister. There we go. Who is the witch. That's fine. That works. Our mother is also a witch, but our sister is slightly better at things. Okay, I think we're mostly okay. Anything in here? Mother is marrying. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's unpause. We'll speed it up. We could also find somebody for us to marry, but I think we're mostly okay. Although I could have a look at this. Let's see if there's anybody... yeah, is that the... Oh, when I looked in here, that was the only albino character, right? Yes. Okay, so... Probably gonna not do that right now. Could see if any... I could do by... which one was it? Sum of all skills? There we go. And see if we've got anybody who's young. 26. Sum of all skills. Irish and Adam. So that's adamantiism. So the Adamites claim to have recaptured Adam and Eve's original state of innocence by shedding their clothes. Oh, not on YouTube, you didn't. Right. We could marry. This seems fine. She's 26. Yeah, whatever. We'll marry. Don't see an issue. Right, carrying on. I accept your betrothal proposition. That's it. That's all we get. I accept. Only one living member and she's it. Okay. Oh, it's fine. Excellent. We're sieging down the war goal. We got 5 months left. There still isn't ticking war score. Cool. We got a notable guest, which we don't really need to worry about. We can negotiate an alliance with Friedrich of Rothenburg. I think we will. He's my brother after all. Wonderful. We negotiate an alliance with our other brother? No. Why not? He will not accept. Because he is a claimant. Why did our first brother accept? Don't know. Okay. 5 months left. 4 months. Okay, so we're at 4 months. How long is this one? We may have to break our siege, which I hate the thought of, but let's have a look. 5 months. 4 months. That's risky not to break our... Can we split in half? How big is a half? That's good enough. The reason why I said how big is a half, by the way, you might be thinking, that's a stupid question. The reason I was asking it is because, like, it isn't necessarily what it says it is. So they got men-at-arms counter. What happens if I send the other group? What happens if I send this one? Do they still have men-at-arms counter? They do. How many men do I need to siege? You know what? Stay here. Merge up. Station besiegers. Take this group and attack. There we go. That's more like it. So I just want to break their siege, basically. I'll wait here for them to lock in. Right, let's go. They have no option but to fight us. We're fighting them. We're keeping our siege. We are no longer being sieged, which is good, so we have no chance of being captured. We will now move to the war goal. And back to the siege. Cool. Merge up. Let's keep going. 2 months left. That was so much better than our previous plan of let's just try and see what we can do with it. Alright. Wounded. My injured knight. Wolfram is injured and is possibly going to bleed to death. Or something to that degree. Okay. We captured the war goal. Very nice. So now we'll get taking war score, which is good. Just need to wait for this guy to head over and we'll defeat him again. Right. Oh, they're so done for. They're now trapped going into our capital. By far the worst place for them to fight because we get the defensive bonus. We have defeated them again. We captured an enemy combatant. Now you see, if we still had that golden obligations, we could have made so much money off of him. As it is, I think we'll just ransom him for 30 gold. Hedwig can marry. Hedwig, you're going to marry matrilineally. You know what? Let's see. Let's see if we've got anyone else. Yeah, you're going to marry this dude. Don't see an issue. You can inherit Bleeder. It's a family trait. Why not? Yeah, what a great trait to have. Sure. You've accepted the marriage. Alright, wonderful. I have a Wolfram still injured. In fact, he's getting worse. That's not good. We have ticking war score. We can try and siege Innsbruck, I suppose. We're maxed out on battle war score. Innsbruck is very difficult to siege. I think I'll still try, but, you know, it's very difficult. Yeah, I could just try holding off. You know what? Let's just head back. If they're going to constantly do this, I have to constantly beat them up for it. Yeah, you now have no troops left. We can ransom Count Otto, who we've now captured. Yeah, I'll get 50 gold for him. That's alright. It's costing us quite a lot to have our troops raised for this war, but that's okay. Liberty War. Northumbria has declared against my liege. I didn't know that we held Northumbria. Oh, wait, our liege is an ally in it? Our liege is an ally in it. Okay, makes sense. This one, we're winning the war against the tyranny, which was by the people over here. If I could scroll out, yeah, that's what the Holy Roman Empire actually looks like. Inside, horrible. Outside, good. Inside, let's zoom in until it's not horrible anymore. I'm kind of tempted to just let this siege happen. There's a peasants' revolt as well from our liege's land. Well, not siege, but let this ticking thing happen. Just, like, do nothing. Yeah. There are certain things my sister and friend Hildegard has told me that no one else ever speaks of. We never delve long on these topics, and I know better than to ask questions. However, this evening, something feels different between us. As we sit down to read, she asks if there is anything I'm curious about. Tell me everything, please. Yes. We will become a witch once more. So we are now a witch, I think? Yeah, I believe that we are once again a witch. Let's so we can found a witch's coven. Oh, but we don't know the other adult witch. We don't know the other adults who are witch members right now. So I need to go back through the list. So I know that she's a witch, I think. Oh, I can do it through here, right? Yeah, so I know she's a witch. I also know that my aunts and uncles are witches, so I can go to my father and go like... Actually, it's just my aunts are witches, so I can go to Hildegard and say, hey, I can't do it until I'm... Yeah, okay. Can't do it till I'm older. Faction created against me for my other vassal to put herself in charge. She wants a seat on the council, which we could probably provide her. She's good at martial. I don't see a reason why she couldn't be. Matthias is alright at Chancellor, so we'll switch him into that position. Yeah, we'll swap him in. And then I'm going to change my marshal over to the Countess. She's now a lot happier that she has the job. Go increase my control of my capital. Wonderful. She's not, you know, super happy, but she's a lot happier, which is fine. That's basically all we can ask for. The faction has power. There's 3 members. Why are you joining factions against me? To put other people in power. I gotta ask, what's your long-term goal, man? What's your long-term goal? Why do you hate me, anyway? Offensive... I declared an offensive war? That's why you hate me? Really? Really? That's all you needed? An offensive war? Okay. Well, I need out of this war, obviously. How long till I can enforce demands? 17. Okay. 18 months. I think we should be fine. Yeah. We'll get right out of our offensive war, maybe. Yeah, go away. We captured someone. Fantastic. I think we captured his son. Wonderful. We'll enforce demands. Greetings, Duke Themo of Bavaria. Tales of your misdeeds are told from Ireland to Cathay. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Right, we'll disband our troops. And that should make our... yes, that should make our uncle like us a lot better. Yes. Or is that like we declared an offensive war on him, maybe? No, okay. Yeah, it'll decay slowly. Okay. Ransom Count Otto of Brixton. Yeah, I think we already did before, but I'll ransom him again for another 50 gold. Right. I don't really know what to do now. We could try and buy them out of the faction. On the other hand, we just kind of go with it and go, okay, come on, if you think you're hard enough, beat them up. We'll see. Can we negotiate an alliance with these people? No. We cannot get an alliance with you. You would say no, right? Yeah, you'd say no. You'd say no for what reasons? And I'm not close enough. Okay, that's fine. And there's Adelaide of Ravensburg. Who's this one? Wait, why is she called of Regensburg? Okay, reading comprehension there. Why does she hate me? Because I declared a war on... Predecessor declared a war. That's 19. So that burns off. Short reign will burn off. So it's actually burning off at 5 a year on that one. So it's burning off quite quickly. I was trying to figure out if we could get her out. We could also try imprisoning her, but that won't work currently due to other things we've got going on. We could also modify our feudal contract, potentially. Just see what this does to her. That would give us like 5 opinion. That'd give us 10 opinion. That's something we could potentially do. I don't think that we need to, though. Just gonna let it roll a little bit. What's this? We have a learning education? I don't really want a learning education. I probably should have changed this earlier, huh? I think I'd much prefer a diplomacy education, actually. But we're better at learning and stewardship. I do think that this one would be fine. Pensive children do well for learning education. I suppose it's fine. It's not like it's gonna be bad, but hey. We have a new liege. Kaiser Henrik is dead, and we now have Kaiser Ulrich. Okay. Well, with that, I'm actually going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.